Conway the Machine did drop Won't He Do It, which was a album licensed under Drumwork, and I believe there was no skips. Production from Derringer, Justice League, and probably Alchemist and more. But I think it was solely Derringer. You feel me, for this album. But features from Westside Gunn, Ransom, Davies, The Genius, Fab, Josie, Benny, Jay, Ski, fucking Drea Denora. I don't even know who that is, but you feel me? Denora, Sauce Walker, which was an old track, and Juicy J, and Goose, by the way, he was on most of the songs. You feel me? And I feel like I have seen that listening to Griselda, his name on something. But this nigga was getting it. He was in his bag. You feel me? All the tracks got added to the Boom Bap, aka Griselda playlist. You feel me? And my standouts include Brick Flare, Water to Wine, which got which got added to the R&B playlist. Conway the Machine got added to the R&B playlist with Josie, Goose, and Dave East. That was a good track to me. I could play that track with anybody.
Yeah, he played it before the pod.
Tween Cross Tween with Goose, by the way, that was fire. that was for the Spotify listeners, you feel me, and the Apple Music listeners, and the Amazon
Spotify
Music,
and Apple Music listeners, all the audio podcast listeners. You guys get the extra little intro.
Get the extra sauce.
Get it while you can.
Get the extra sauce. You feel me? But another standout includes "Won't He Do It," featuring The Genius, and it did have a Snow Allegra sample with the hit song "Whoa." We all know "Whoa" from being cut twice. The record was cut twice with Pharrell singing "Whoa." Nah, nah, nah. And Pharrell was on the remix. You feel me? They sampled that for Won't He Do It. And I just want to point something out. The Genius, I feel, she could rhyme toe-to-toe with Conway. And even kind of make him push his pen a little bit. I feel like
big statement.
I feel like
that's a big statement.
I feel like she be holding her own against Conway, and not a lot of people could do that. You feel me? Not a lot of people could do that. You feel me? And consistently do it on multiple songs. And Won't He Do It was a song where The Genius, I could argue she had a better verse than Conway, and I never said that before. You feel me? You feel me? Conway, we already know Conway can spit. We already know Conway gonna spit. That's what. And I feel like for this album, he gave us what we wanted. He gave the real Griselda fans, the core fan base, what they wanted. And I do also have another standout, Stab Out, featuring Ransom. That's straight cocaine rap, brick rap from back in the days.
That's the one where he's talking about spitting in the pot.
Yeah. that nigga said, what he say? He say, yo, that shit was crazy. He said he spit in the pot before he whip it up. Before he whip it up. Nigga, that's
grimy and disgusting.
That is so grimy.
That's disgusting.
You have to come from the hood to know what that means.
That's disgusting.
That nigga said he spit in the pot before he cook it up. He spit in the pot before he cook it. That's crazy.
That makes me feel bad for the Fiends, to be honest.
Fam, that nigga, like I said, this album, Conway is strutting his stuff, bro. He already know he got it. He already know he nice. Everybody.
Before we mentioned it was like a victory lap for him, you know?
You did say it was like a victory lap, and
that's how I felt listening to it too.
I didn't really notice that, but the way his bars is top tier.
Yeah.
And I just want to shout out to Griselda Marketing, because we did talk before the pod, and it was like, yo, the way how they drop, no matter what label they on, nigga, they dropping one after the other. That's smart as shit.
Every 3 months,
they keeping the momentum going. You feel me? They keeping the momentum going, and that's one thing about Griselda, is that they like to keep the momentum flowing. And this album from Conway, everything got added to the playlist, and that's what I want to hear. When you give the fan what they want to hear, you can never go wrong. You could never go wrong.
Especially in today's day and age where I feel like our attention span is so short.
Yeah.
We're so quick to move on to the next thing. Whenever you're ready to move on to the next thing with Griselda, sorry if I was speaking to the mic. Whenever you're ready to move on to the next thing with Griselda, somebody else from Griselda is dropping. Or you're already seeing the promotion for somebody to drop. If it's not Conway, it's Wes or Benny or Mac Hami. Mac Hami has his place in a lot of my playlists now, just because of how great that branding is. And then you mentioned it, they have 7th Ave on a lot of songs. 7th Ave, the Genius. They also had...
you don't know how to say her name. It's the Genius.
Boldy James, I think, is also a Griselda artist, right? Or Griselda associated-ish.
He's Griselda.
He's Griselda.
West
So
Side,
a lot of these artists, we're getting to know them just from their association with Griselda and being all over their projects.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing happened with oh my God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name right now. What's her name?
Where's she from?
Female artist on Griselda.
Armani Caesar.
Armani Caesar, exactly.
Sexy ass. Armani Caesar.
You said it, not me.
Her album, her latest album that came out, The Liz 2, was to die for.
And I think
Amazing.
we were talking about that maybe a pod or two ago. So you see, they're consistently in the sphere. They're in the conversation, and that's what you got to do nowadays. And even though they're rapping in a style that I feel like is, more associated with the older rendition of hip hop,
but still in fashion.
It's still in fashion, not as much as it
Highly
used to be, for sure.
Nah, nigga. Niggas want niggas to spit now.
I'd agree.
Niggas is dapping up Conway and saying on Math Hoffa, yo, thank you, because you bring New York back.
Yeah,
you bring New York back.
Yeah.
Years ago, 3
We've
years
had
ago.
that conversation. We've had that conversation.
What
too.
would Sheen Gun do? That was the movement. That's when the movement started.
And I think we've
We was
seen
in high
it
school.
revived in people like Action Bronson, who I was always a big fan of. You were always a big fan of Action Bronson.
Shout out Action.
I got a newfound love for Action Bronson. Seeing him
Really?
I seen him at all these Knicks games. I can appreciate the music even more.
That nigga in Action is nice. Let's talk about it.
He's been nice for a minute too.
That nigga been
been
nice
on a
since
solid
he came
feature
out.
run too.
Yup, on Larry June's
Solid
project.
feature run.
I think I want another project from Action. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I think I'm ready for it too. I'm ready to dive right deep into it. Pause. Pause. Sorry. But yeah, I'm ready. But yeah, that's a style of hip hop I think that we grew up on and we really love a lot. So it's great to see that there's people still keeping it alive. I think it's wonderful.
They putting on for New York, bro. Like they have been, and they not stopping, and they giving the people what they want.
And we've been.
And Benny's coming soon, I believe. Benny's about to come soon. You about to drop next.
We've been in a time where other regions have really been running hip hop. I mean, at least commercially, for the most part. But it's great to know that this rendition of the rap game is still going strong. And I hear him rapping about. I have conversations with Jay-Z. I got pictures with Jay-Z that I haven't put out yet.
Yep.
And, when he says stuff like that, you can't help but think of him in the same light as somebody like that. Previous generations had rappers like that. We had rappers like Nas and Jay-Z come through. And, we always forget that the rappers that were joined in the moment, the musicians and the artists that were joined in the moment, will one day be seen as those same, these guys used to run around and were the big artists in this era.
Yeah.
So I think Griselda, their legacy is set in stone.
Yep.
And they're going to be, years from now, decades from now, they're going to be regarded as, those were the guys that ran the 2000s, the 10s, and the 20s.
Yep. Got popping into 2020s.
Exactly. So, yeah. We always give them their flowers because we love their music. So, again, us giving you your flowers.
Yep.
Shout out.
Shout out Griselda.
I'm looking forward to whoever drops next.
Shout
I hope
out
it's Benny.
Drumwork. Shout out Benny. Shout out BSF.
Time for a new Benny. Was the last Benny project the one with Queen Naija on it? That's how it felt to me.
I believe, didn't...
Thank God that I made it? No, that wasn't the name of the project.
Nah, nigga, it was Tana Talk
4?
Forward. That's what it came out with. That was the last thing that came out after Benny. But Benny been featuring on...
that was the one with the J. Cole sample feature on it, right?
Yeah. Well, Benny he's been doing his own branding with BSF, bro. He got Heem dropped the album.
Yeah.
BSF Heem dropped the album, and I'm sure Rick Hyde is coming soon as well. But he's been doing that. But I believe it's Benny's time now because Benny been doing promo. Like, he about to drop after Conway. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and that Tana Talk came out early, or at least they started the marketing for it early 2020. It released in March, I believe, or the lead single came out in the lead single came out in January, and the project was dropped shortly after in the beginning of March. It's time. I'm ready for new Benny. I'm hungering for new Benny.
Yeah, bro, we want it.
And to me, he might not be the best rapper in Griselda because I think Conway has I think he cemented it.
To me,
I think he cemented
from my personal likability and performing lyrics live for freestyles and shit, I put Conway, Benny, and Wes, but I like all of them. Bro.
They all have their unique
Wes is
approaches
too
to
nice too. Wes is too nice too.
Wes can spit. No one can take his pen away from him.
Wes is too nice too. That's the thing. But he don't be doing freestyles, bro. He don't be doing freestyles.
But to
he
me,
don't want to though. But he can though.
He molds the best albums. Like he makes the best albums.
Yeah, we said it before. We have conversations
he's
about
the
that
creative
before.
genius a lot of the times. I think in Griselda.
He could put an album together. We already know that.
But to me, I don't know. I always felt like Benny had this sort of like, I don't know about mainstream, but definitely like pushing it potential out of all three of them. You know what I mean? I feel like we could get an album that sells 100,000 copies first week. From
he
Benny.
signed to Def Jam to get that label push, as we know.
Yeah.
So,
and I think
he could go
the
in
J.
different
Cole
bags.
song, honestly, the J. Cole song, I think did a lot for him.
Really?
I think it did. I don't know if it boosted his album sales that much, but I think it definitely made him, like, people can hear that song who wouldn't normally listen to this style of rap, and they would hear that song and be like, oh, I know that song.
But you know what the thing was that hindered him? The Drake feature didn't come out. It didn't get cleared. It didn't come out.
And then it leaked. That hurts more than anything. Once it leaks, I feel like Drake's is going to be like, hey, I don't know if I really want to put it out at this point. You know what I mean? Also, partly because he kind of got bodied on that song by Benny. But we don't have to talk about that.
We was of the first to get that song.
Yep.
You did send it to me when it came out, and I was like, yes! And then it didn't get cleared. And now it's nowhere to be found.
I'm sure they'll have something else coming. I think something else will come. But, pause. But,
yeah,
looking forward to a Benny project.